I'm Emma, and you're watching My Birthway. Today, I want to talk to you about being 7 weeks pregnant and how I'm feeling, and all of those things. So, it's definitely been a wild ride. Already, I feel like being pregnant is harder than I thought it was, which seems like I'm a whining idiot because I'm not even that pregnant. I mean, when you're 7 weeks pregnant by medical standards, you're really only 5 weeks actually pregnant because, you know, the first 2 are counted as between when your period was and when you ovulated. So that you're not pregnant then. But so it's really just 5 weeks. This baby is 5 weeks old. But I'm considered 7 weeks pregnant. So that's almost 2 months. That's almost, you know, like a fourth, a fifth of the pregnancy. So that's kind of exciting when you think about it like that. But I think I'm just surprised by how hormonal I am. And because I'm a hormonal person anyway, and I'm just an emotional person anyway, so I'm used to ups and downs and like, oh, I feel so sad today, or oh, I feel so happy today. I'm generally a really happy person, but I don't know. I'm just surprised by that, I think, the most. The last few days, I've noticed that in the evening, even if I've eaten enough food all day, because at first I thought, oh, it's like you didn't eat enough food and your body's responding negatively. If you hear something in the background, it's the dogs playing. There's always animal sounds. Whether or not I've eaten enough, and the last few days I definitely have, I think, in the evening, I feel like real crazy at 6 p.m. And not like classically crazy, like, I feel crazy, I'm going to yell at you, or I'm going to cry. Instead, I feel like, I don't know, like somebody gave me drugs. Like, I feel so weird. I almost feel like back in when I was like 20, if I was like, oh, go out to a party, smoke a cigarette, which I never smoked cigarettes, like, actually, and you'd feel that, like, nicotine rush, which is gross, at the same time as being, you know, weird and interesting. That's almost what it's like, but it's more mild than that. I sort of feel like I'm, like, gonna puke, gonna cry, gonna yell, but it's all very slight, and I just feel generally uncomfortable and generally uneasy, and it's very weird and unsettling. But then it goes away in like 5 minutes, or it'll come back and then go away in 20 minutes. It's super weird, and Jason just laughs at me because I tell him, I'm like, oh, that thing is coming back again. I feel like I'm dying, even though I know I'm not. It just feels so weird, and I know it's the hormones, but it's amazing to me how subtle but really intensely it affects just everything I'm thinking and experiencing. I mean, and of course we know that hormones affect you so much, but it's just really interesting to see it in action and have it be like a, you know, 5-minute switch, and then all of a sudden you feel normal again, and, you know. So in addition to feeling that way in the evenings, I've been sleeping really well, which is really great. Going to sleep, I sometimes still feel that weird way, or I feel kind of like I'm not digesting properly, you know, well, this past week anyway. But then as soon, like if I wake up in the middle of the night to pee, I feel like awesome, and we're getting a lot of sleep because the light has just changed. I mean, right now it's the beginning of December. So usually we're really busy with all the animals on the farm, and in the summer, you know, we're up to like frickin' 1 a.m. doing things, and because we came in and at dark at 9 o'clock, but now it's like we don't have as many animals right now, and there's less to do, so it's 5:30 and it's dark, and you're like, guess I'll read a book in bed. So we've been getting really great sleep, which is nice. But so waking up has not really been too hard. I haven't been really, really tired, which I know that's a symptom for a lot of women, is they're just exhausted. I haven't felt exhausted like the classic way, like I'm so sleepy, I need to sleep. I think I've just felt generally a little bit worn out. I've felt like I need to take breaks during the day, kind of, even from like simple things like washing the dishes and stuff. So I need to take more breaks, I feel like. And I'm trying to figure out how much of this is like psychological and how much of it is an actual break that I feel like my body needs. Because right now I have the luxury of being able to take a break. There's not as much to do around here. And I've noticed when I do the animal chores outside, I walk up and down the hills, I feed animals, I give animals water, I herd animals places, you know. That is definitely not psychological. Definitely, I am way more tired from that. Like, my heart races a lot more. I know increased blood volume at this time. And I just need to like, oh God, I just can't catch my breath. But it isn't a scary feeling. It just feels like I'm really out of shape, even though I know I'm not. I just know it's the pregnancy. So that's kind of a new thing. And this week, I feel like I've been back to a little bit more normal ability to eat more normal foods. Foods are grossing me out a little bit less, although if I start to get nauseous, which only happens when I need to eat food, so it's a really great sign. I've heard that from other women too. Hopefully that's what it is. What's happened with you, if you've experienced nausea, is it's sort of a warning sign, like eat food. And once you do eat food, you feel better, even if you feel worse for like the first little bit. So, you know, and I've only puked the one time, which was last week, but which I don't think was related to the actual morning sickness thing. But it's been, you know, it's been kind of an off and on all day thing, but it's a sign like, hey, you need to eat more food. Because I've also noticed I get stomach rumblingly hungry like every hour and a half, which is different. I wasn't feeling that way the weeks before. I wasn't even feeling hungry at all. I wasn't feeling like my stomach was even receiving food. But now I feel like I'm digesting it better, whereas before I felt like the food was kind of getting stuck here. I feel like I'm eating it and it's going down, and I've not been constipated at all, which is great because I know a lot of women can be constipated. Water has been tasting really good to me. I'm trying to think of what else has been. Oh yeah, this week, before obviously my boobs had gotten bigger. Oh, hey, Bolt. Good dogs. The dogs came to visit me while I'm doing the video. So, you know, way before my boobs had gotten bigger and my nipples had gotten darker a few weeks ago. But this week I noticed my nipples got huge. Like all of a sudden overnight, they just got like twice as big in diameter. They, you know, the color hasn't changed much since then, but like they have gotten so much bigger. It's amazing. And I feel like my boobs are probably still getting bigger, but like I'm just so shocked by like, oh my God, my nipples are like the size of my face, which I know isn't true. They're just so big compared to what I'm used to. So because it's cold and chilly and we don't have the heat cranked up very high, I've really been wanting to like, oh, you know, like take the time to kind of get naked by myself and like look in the mirror and be like, hey, how are you changing? Because when you get out of the shower, there's no time to look at yourself. Hey, Kuna. Hey, the dogs are being real friendly for me today. And distractionary. And so it's really hard to like take the time to actually like really notice what's going on with me. I mean, I'm doing these video diaries, but I don't exactly, I'm not going to remember it fully. I want to know, you know. Hey, back up, silly. Thank you. Back up. But it's been a little too chilly, so it's not like I really want to. So I'm going to have to devise something, you know, like sit in front of the fire or sit in front of this cool heating dish we have that like shoots heat at you so that I can actually like actually look at myself more and see what's changing, because this is, it's a bit scary, I think, because my body's been the same for so long. I've never really gone up and down in weight. Okay, guys, go. Bolt, go. Kuna, go. And I just feel like I've been the same for a really long time. Just, you know, in the summer I'm more muscular, in the winter I'm more flabby. You know, whatever, that's just the way it goes. And so I'm just really excited to see the change, but it's also kind of scary and overwhelming because I know there's nothing I can do about it. And I don't want to do anything about it, but I know that it's in a really comforting, bizarre way, my body is taking over and I can't stop it. You know, it's cool. It's like, you can't reason away or logic away anything that happens during this kind of amazing animal physical time. There's nothing you can do. You decide to get pregnant, or maybe you do accidentally. And if you go with that, then you're on a roller coaster. And I'm excited, but I'm nervous to go on the rest of the roller coaster because it's just going to get crazier. I know it is. It's not going to get worse. It's just going to get crazier.